Running ads internally or hiring out for help is one of the most difficult and important questions almost every business ultimately has to answer. And if you get this wrong, it could mean the future for your business. Today, I'm answering your biggest questions about Facebook ads, and we're going to get started right now.
First off, I just want to say thank you very much for doing this. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm actually on the brand side,
Okay.
and I'm learning. I'm a micro brand. We've been around for 3 years, and I'm trying to learn a lot because I believe I need to know how to do things before hiring somebody to do it. At least I should know how to do it, at least have some knowledge of it. So, I'm interviewing a few media buyers now. We're a micro brand. We're a beauty brand, and it's called Nose to Beauty. And we launched this brand in 2020, but because we're self-funded, we've never done any marketing, and we've just relied on organic social media sales.
Love it.
In my opinion, not a business, but I still work a 9 to 5 to fund it. But this year, it's like we had a baby 2 years ago, and now we're like back in action, if I may say. So we're revamping and retooling things, and we need to get into Facebook ads, and we need to get into TikTok ads. We're doing very well on TikTok organically, but it just goes like this, and then just so we need
Sure.
to keep going like that, or at least like this. We've had months where we had zero sales. We've had months where we had 100 sales, and it's just again not a business.
Yeah.
So so this is why I'm here also, and I want to ask you your opinion. Starting out, I've heard literally split down the middle 50-50. For a small brand, don't dare touch Facebook ads. You need a lot of money. The other side said, you're not going to have a business without Facebook ads. You need at least 5 grand a month. So from your opinion, just starting out, I mean, not just starting out really, but 3 years, revamping now, putting some money into the business, into Facebook ads. Would you recommend AI hire somebody? I've gotten around between $1,500 and $2,000 for somebody to manage, and then another $50 to $100 in ad spend a day. Go for it. Hold off.
That's a great
What do you
question.
sort of think?
Yeah, that's a great question. First off, I would say that it's intellectually dishonest for anybody to say that it is the right or wrong move. Um, I've dealt with businesses where the exact same business model with five different entrepreneurs and the way they got there was different. Every single one of them. I think, in my experience, what helps people build a 7 or 8 figure business is being excellent at like three things and focusing in on that. Sounds to me like organic, you crush at. Awesome. I would say that you can probably do pretty well with Facebook ads, even if it's a smaller budget. That's fine. I would ask you, have you gone after, or does it feel like a good fit for your personality type in the way that you think to potentially go after things like email and search or Google or Amazon before going into Facebook? The reason I ask is those are generally more stable and more profitable platforms, although they won't really let you scale in the same way. The reason I say that is because ultimately what Facebook does is it amplifies your business model opportunity. However, if your business model opportunity does not have the bandwidth or is not efficient enough to afford that type of amplification, you can spend a lot of money in basically overwhelming the operations that you have set up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And over the past 3 years, we've learned a lot. I mean, if anybody can know now, if you know back then what they know now, they would do obviously things different.
Of
But
course.
the, the reason why I would like to get into Facebook ads is because I feel like we have such a viral product and a very unique and niche business. Nobody's really searching for
Okay.
nostalgic makeup. Nobody's really searching for, we have like I don't know how old you are, but we have like a VHS palette, a
I'm
CD
40, so
palette,
don't worry.
like
This is
that.
this is gray
Okay,
in my beard. Yeah, yeah.
perfect, perfect. So we made like it's very clean makeup. It's very niche. When people actually hold it and feel it and touch it, they're taken back to the 90s. They start
Got you.
crying. So we have a really good foundation, but not enough eyes. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we handed it to 100 people, 98 love it. So
Got
imagine
it.
us handing it to 1,000 people or
Got it.
10,000 people or 100,000 people. The problem is nobody's searching nostalgic beauty, but when they
Yeah,
see it, they're like,
they
"Oh
get
my
it.
God." I have to have this. This is a
Yeah,
90s palette. This is a CD. I have to have this. This is amazing. This is bringing me back to the memories.
I
So,
love it.
of course, the creative has to be good, and our email, win back and all that jazz has to be good,
Okay.
which we're setting up now through Klaviyo. But we're not reaching enough people. That's the
Okay.
problem. Like when
Yeah.
we went viral on TikTok, we had 1.5 million views on a video times
Fantastic.
three. And we were trying to figure out because the metrics didn't make sense. Again, I'm not a pro, but we only sold about 200 pieces per 1.5 million views.
Okay.
So, and the video wasn't really describing the product; it was more showing it to a
Sure, but
person,
people
like at
dug
a
it.
trade
Yeah.
show. Yeah, people loved it. They saved it. They shared it. They loved it. But if
Fantastic.
that was amplified, if we made like a nostalgic ad or something, I
Hmm.
wonder. I don't know. No one knows, but
Yeah.
I wonder what would be. If that
Okay,
makes sense. Sorry
so
for
no,
rambling.
totally, no, totally makes sense. What I'm hearing more than anything that is actionable for everybody else on this call is you told me three important things. One, you told me that you understand exactly how you can get attention. Number two, you understood how your market operates. One, we can make videos as soon as people understand what we do and can see what we do. It's demonstrable. It needs to be demonstrated, but as soon as they get it, they get it. Number two, we're not tapping into a big addressable market. Like we're not trying to be Ridge or you're not competing necessarily directly with like Jones Road or with Obvi or my buddies at Portland Leather or Made by Mary or 310 Nutrition or any of these other brands. You've got something that's more specific. So in that way, search in Amazon's probably not nearly as effective for you on day one. Might be good to just set it up on a very small budget with branding just to kind of close the loop. But in that case, it seems to me like this is paying for attention with content that you know that earns attention is great. And especially if you have content that people enjoy, your CPMs are going to be really low because you're giving people a positive experience, and that you're basically your CPM on Facebook is a direct reflection of how much people like your content. The better your content is, the cheaper it is to reach people. I deal with some brands that are getting $5, $6 CPMs and are profitable. I get some brands that are $50, $60 CPMs and are profitable. That's not really the point. But I think in that case, number one, I don't think you need to hire anybody. I think it is, I might, if I don't necessarily have my architecture set up, my recommendation would be to maybe go and get somebody to set that up for you. If it was me, I would reach out to my buddy Jay Delwani has a company called Hire the Starters. And they're basically a way to get, instead of going to Upwork or Fiverr or something to get somebody, these are vetted industry professionals. Jay used to be CMO of a company called Wink, the wine company, 8 figures. Hire the Starters is his business. I think it's $295 to get started, to get an account, and then you can individually hire somebody. What I would do is I would specifically hire somebody for the sole purpose of making sure that my ad account and my pixels and my ability to run ads was QA'd. I want to track everything correctly. I want my payment methods. I want the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle set up, good to go. And it's a flat rate one time with that person. Let me do that. If it's 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, fine. Whatever it is. Let me pay the fee to access his marketplace and then get somebody to do that job well. Outside of that, I think Facebook being where it is these days, I do legitimately think it has never been easier to be profitable or make money on Facebook ads. I don't think it has ever required this little amount of effort, and it has never been this stable or projectable. I know that that kind of goes in the face of what a lot of people say, but I think a lot of people misuse the tool. Oh, hi Fergal, good to see you, buddy. Um, Nice to see some friends in here. And Ash, nice. Point is, I would say that if you can make a few videos that you think do well, even if it's, I think you said you had 3 videos that kind of went like viral or whatever. That ad type that we are talking about before, that 322 copy, the 3 creatives, 2 headlines, 2 primary text. Take the headlines as basically what works well on your landing page, what the copy around the add to cart button is. Your primary text can be the words that go, if it's product image and then like product title and then like description of the product and then they add, right. So take this as, but make use the videos that went viral, and then this is your primary text, and then this is your headline. That's your Facebook ad. Launch that yourself. Your targeting could be women in the United States, 18 plus. Your goal there is, I would set my daily budget at a percentage of my overall revenue and of how much profit I made. So for instance, or I could say I have a set budget of X to see if it'll work. But let's say you've got $10,000. It's either going to work or it isn't. Then your job is not going to be profitable on day one, probably not. But before that 10, every sale you make basically extends the time that that money runs out. Is that trying? So then your job is basically get it to the point where that time where the money runs out pushes out faster than it gets than your investment. So for instance, at $10,000, that'd be $100 a day for 100 days. If you start earning 105, 110, $120 a day, not just from your ads, but from your business as a whole, you start to get to the point where you're the day that your ends is further and further each day. And that allows you to then increase some of your budget. And you can also say if it's an abject failure, I've clearly defined a set of in my bank account that I'm willing to invest to see if it works. And if it fails, I'll try something else. That's the route I would probably go. Um, and so Facebook ads feel like a great way to do that. Um, Shameless plug. Also, next week we have Jordan West coming in to Disruptor School. We'll do a masterclass. I think he's sponsoring it so everybody can get in for free. But he's going to be doing a thing on TikTok Shops. That might also be a great opportunity to leverage. I think
I'm on there.
because okay, good.
Yeah.
So, I would be looking at it as what is my blended cost per acquisition? Every single sale, basically, total spend divided by total sales. I don't care if it's a repeat customer, first time, I don't care. And then ultimately, I need to know what is my allowable cost to acquire a transaction. And the higher my volume, odds are, the higher that cost can be because my margin on each transaction can be a little bit less. If you do 100 units versus 10, all of that. Figure out that number, figure out that sliding scale, then figure out what I'm willing to invest. And the beauty of a 3-2-2 ad, and maybe you have two of them or three of them side by side, is that you're going to let the machine ultimately deliver to the Facebook user your content to make their business more effective. And if you have a few different ad sets all running in a setting the budget at the campaign level, you're going to let Facebook deliver the end user the best experience. And then your job is simply to say, when I give the end user the best experience, does this also present to me a positive business outcome? And the realistic answer is you're probably going to find a little bit of the gray area. Like my buddies running HexCloud, they don't just run Gordon Ramsay reels that go viral, or TikToks that go viral. They also need product shots. There's a balance. In general, the viral reels that you have are going to probably be full screen vertical video, which means they show up in less places and they're going to be more appealing to individuals that whether they're buying or not. So I would expect their CPMs to be low. I would expect the frequency by day basis to be low, and I would expect the cost per purchase on them to be relatively high. I would consider if I have two, if I think you said you had three videos, maybe you can make three more and you can take your best six videos and then one other ad set that is more just product shot. And the purpose of that is to say somebody knows what we're doing. Let's overcome some objections with features and benefits, stuff like that. If it was me and I didn't know how to do that, I would reach out to Creative OS and get some templates. They have it for Canva and Figma. They've got some great stuff. You can get one thing or you can get all the expert packages and good stuff with that. And if you want a discount on that, you can use Disruptor. I get a discount. My buddies run this. It's on the company. Don't pay full price. Just always ask me for any SaaS. I got a discount because I know all the people. But that's the way I would go. And that way, basically, you have two things to capture attention. One thing to overcome an objection and close the deal, and then let Facebook spend the money where it's the best result for the end user. And if that money goes to a place that is ultimately not moving business forward, turn it off. And then it's just a matter of let me find that balance. And if you've said $100 a day for 100 days to $10,000, hey, you got 3 months to figure it out. And if you fail, try something else. But you're probably in a place where you know you should be investing something to see if it works. And my expectation is just at the end of the 3 months, if I can have $10,000 in the bank, if I can basically break even over that 3 months, that's a massive win. Like that means it's all, wheels up, let's go. And if
Mm-hmm.
I only have 1,000 left in the bank, that means at least I made some money, and hopefully I'll be making decisions along the way. But it's trend analysis week over week, trying to work on my business model of what happens. And as those things come in, you're going to see CRO efforts and email efforts and other things to optimize. But that's I think the first big inflection point. And if we were to ask our buddy Sharma, he would say also probably send out a product to 100 individuals to get more content. So when people look you up on TikTok, it's going to be there, and that's 100% accurate.
Yeah,
And
I met Sarma. He's great.
yeah, yeah. And fun fact, Panzer, Jason Panzer of Hexclad, his son is working at Sharma Brands as like one of their media buyers now. Yeah, it's a whole family thing. But
That's
anyway,
cool.
that's where I would go. And remember that you can always champion your customers. You know, you're already doing good things organically. If people tag you in videos or pictures, you can always use that as content. Like just leverage that, because I don't think you
Yeah,
need a lot to be able to say,
yeah,
can I spend more money? And the answer to that is yes. And then
yeah,
your definition of success is, can I get people to buy a second time? And if you can
yeah.
improve the rate at which people buy a second time, and ultimately, can I still spend money? The answer to that is yes. Then you're going to start stacking up fractional banking and making a lot of profit.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm going to go to that website now. I think somebody put it in the chat. Thank you very much. I'm just afraid, petrified. I mean, I've played around with it. I've YouTube videos and whatever, but I'm petrified of like running the bank dry because of if I screw one thing up. So I'm definitely
Sure.
going to go on the site and find somebody to just
Yeah.
like help me, just like map it out, just like you said. That'll be
100%.
great.
Yeah,
That'll be
yeah, yeah.
really
I mean,
great because
I
I don't
use
want
it
to screw it
myself. Yeah.
up. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running on like very low, but
Yeah.
like I'm
Hire
willing to
somebody
take
else,
10
man.
grand.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I'm just
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all I
Just
am. I'm
like
petrified of it.
I get it, dude. So that's what I love about what Jay's done. Is just it's a
Okay.
solution marketplace. And then hey,
Okay.
look, if the person's good, you can hire them full time, but I don't think you need anything.
Okay.
The operational efficiency you would need to have in order to pay for somebody to run the ads, with it can take you less than an hour a week to do the work yourself, is an astronomical barrier to overcome.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've got quotes for $1,500 to $2,000 a month plus ad spend, and that's just like
No,
it's a lot.
yeah, you're gonna run out of money in half the time. And
Yeah.
remember, you can have time or money, and money is not infinite for you. But if it takes you three,
Yeah.
5, 6 months, your time is something you've got. You've proven that over the
Right.
last 3 years. So that's
Right.
where I would go.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Amazing. Thank you very, very much. That really helped me a lot. I really appreciate it.
So now we know whether or not we should hire a media buyer. And if you truly want to take your business to where you deserve it to be, check this out. It's a step-by-step guide of how I've helped brands go from 50K a month to over $1 million a week. This is not only a breakdown of my entire process, but also the Facebook Ads MBA program, so that you can know exactly what I would do if I was in your shoes to get you the most amount of success that you deserve.